Judgment came nearly 2 years after Daniel Janse van Rensburg was allowed to leave the West African country. He was convicted on charges of theft and fraud after deal with a government official soured. The case was eventually thrown out of court, but he remained in prison. The vice president's assets included 2 luxury homes in 2 affluent suburbs of Cape Town. Earlier this year, both properties were attached. One of the properties is likely to go under the hammer to compensate Janse van Rensburg.
I think it's like closing a chapter in our lives that we can move on, because this has taken up a lot of energy and mostly negative energy, being reminded the whole time of this and of the past and so on. So this is nice that we can eventually close this off. As for a victory, it doesn't really feel like a victory. We'll never be able to get back what we lost in those 2 years.
The family is happy to be reunited and want to move on with their lives. They say the South African government played a big part in helping him get back home.
Without the help of the South African embassy in Malibu, things would have turned out maybe a lot worse. They supported me as far as they possibly could. Personally, they were fantastic to me. And I think the fact that I did everything by contract, legally binding and so on, also saved me, because when the South African government knew that everything that I'd done was legal, then they could support me 100%.
Daniel is writing a book documenting his ordeal. Segwi Chetty, SABC News, George in the Southern Cape.